I have had a very busy month. I've been neglecting my pool, and now it looks like this. So I'm going to show you guys how to take your pool from this to this in just a few easy steps. Let me take you through that. The very first step is take your net and scoop off as much of the big material as you can, digging all that out off the top and bottom as best you can. The next thing you're going to want to do is brush the bottom and sides of your pool really well with a good pool brush. I have an Amazon link in the description below of this and a few other essential items you're going to need to clean up your pool. Now the reason my pool turned green is I neglected it. I did not keep the chlorine levels up where they need to be. Low chlorine levels allowed for this to have an algae bloom. All this greenness is algae. Scraping the pool bottom and sides, it's going to break up all the algae and get it ready for the next step. Now the next step is going to be to shock our pool. This is going to kill all that algae. This also clears up the cloudy water, gets rid of organic contaminants, stabilizes the pH, does a lot of good stuff. I'm linking this, an Amazon link in the description below as well, along with all those other supplies. This will treat about 12,000 gallons. My pool's about 6,000 gallons. So a half a bag of this will treat my pool. But because I'm dealing with an algae bloom, I'm going to add double the shock. So I will add an entire bag, 12,000 gallon shock treatment in a 6,000 gallon pool. I also have a hose going here just to top off the level of my pool, get the water level up exactly where I want it. But while that's filling, we'll go ahead and do our shock. Now, after you have the pool shock in, you're going to need to run your filter continuously. I actually ran mine for a few days. And one thing I did to get better filtration, just better flow through the whole system, is I bypassed my solar heater. As you can see right here, I capped off, where is it, down there? I capped off that end, took the return hose, and hooked it up right here. So that way it's bypassing all the resistance of the solar heater. My pool was getting too hot anyways. I didn't need to use this solar heater anymore. So now the flow just goes right through, back to the pool. Now if your algae bloom is being particularly stubborn, as it was in my case, I actually shocked this 2 different times with double the amount of shock, and the algae, it would not kill the algae bloom. So I had to take it to the next level. And that next level was using an Algaecide, and that actually did the trick. So now the algae is dead. You'll notice it's super cloudy looking, but that's okay. That's the dead algae. We're gonna just run the filter now to clean up all that cloudiness. Now I did have to move on to step 2, phase 2, with the Algaecide, because the chlorine shock, usually that'll do the trick if you shock it real good, but in my case, my algae bloom was so bad I had to move on to that algae killer, which did the trick. And obviously now that my water is nice and clean, I need to hit it with my pool vacuum. I got a video on that, I'll link below. When the algae is all dead, your pool is going to look very cloudy. That is okay. That's just all the dead bacteria, all the dead algae. And your filter needs to run constantly. Like I said, I ran mine for a number of days to get it to clear up like this. But don't worry about that cloudiness. Take my tip of bypassing that solar panel so you get better flow through your system, and it'll clear up after a number of days. And as I was running my filter to clear up all that cloudiness, I would backwash my filter each day, every morning, get all that gunk out, backwash that filter, keep your sand clean. And if this video is helping you out, please consider subscribing. That really helps me out. Be sure to check out all the products I've linked in the description below. That'll help you get your pool cleaned up. Thank you for watching and have a good day.